Morning everybody, how are y'all doing today? I'm doing pretty good myself, and I do apologize for not uploading for almost a week now. I was on vacation with my family for a couple days, and I didn't have access to my computer or anything. We went to the beach for a couple days. It was a lot of fun, but you guys don't want to hear about that. So anyway, today I figured, it's a little late at night at the time of making this, so I figured, better to get any video out at all than nothing. So today we're going to be talking about a recent controversy that has arisen surrounding 343 Industries and Halo as a whole. But before we get into this, I just want to mention two quick things. One, I know I've been using a lot of Destiny footage lately, but I figured it was the most fitting because, it's kind of the closest game to Halo, because I don't play Halo Infinite anymore. You guys may remember a while ago I used to use Halo Infinite footage, but with the serious content drought, I ended up uninstalling the game, so I haven't been playing that for a while. And Destiny is kind of the closest game to Halo because, it was made by Bungie, so I figured why not. The second thing I wanted to mention is if you guys want me to, I'm just going to throw this out here right now at the beginning of the video. Let me know in the comments if you guys would like to see me do a video responding to Griffin Gaming's most recent video regarding the EA Twitter fiasco. If you guys don't want me to do that, I'll just do a video giving my thoughts on the situation. But if you guys do want me to respond to Griffin's video, I will, because honestly, I really did not think his video was very good. Honestly, I felt like he was defending EA way too hard, but hey, that could be my opinion. So just let me know in the comments if you want me to make that video or not. And if you don't, if enough people say no, then I will just make a video giving my thoughts on it. But anyway, on to the topic of the video. So if you've been paying any sort of attention to the gaming industry lately, you would probably have heard the news that 343 is exploring the options, as they like to put it, or I don't remember exactly what they said, but basically they're looking into the possibility, quote unquote, of adding microtransactions to Master Chief Collection, which basically means they're doing it. Come on, we know corporate speak. And as a surprise to absolutely no one, this has sparked mass outrage in the Halo community. And this outrage is very rightfully deserved. I mean, 343, they've already monetized Halo Infinite to hell, and normally I'd be okay with that because, it's a free game, but clearly them adding all these, microtransactions and stuff is getting in the way of actual content, and they're just trying to milk the game dry of all the money they can make from it, and they're going to add as little content as possible. So honestly, Halo Infinite is really the only free-to-play game I'm not okay with having microtransactions just because of how predatory and aggressive they are. You would think the game was made by EA. But yeah, Master Chief Collection, as far as I know, in its 8 years of existence, has never had microtransactions. It has had a battle pass, but it was completely free. You just unlocked everything by playing the game normally. But now it looks like 343 is exploring the options, as they like to put it, of adding microtransactions in, and they even admit it's so that players who don't want to grind for cosmetics can just skip the grind. Which, this is stupid in my opinion, because the reason all these cosmetics in Master Chief Collection and just any other game where you have to grind for them, the reason they're so valuable is because you have to put in so much hard work and dedication. When you see someone wearing those cosmetics, the really hardcore, probably good players are going to be the ones who have them. Take Call of Duty, for example. They always have mastery camos every single year. In Modern Warfare 2019, it was Damascus. In Cold War, it was Dark Aether for zombies and Dark Matter Ultra for multiplayer. And now in Vanguard, it is Atomic and Dark Aether for zombies. And these camos, but not as much the Dark Aether camos, but more so the multiplayer camos, take a very long and painful amount of time to get because you have to max out basically as many weapons as there were on launch day, and you have to complete all the challenges for that weapon, for every single weapon, I mean. And when you do, you are rewarded for all your time and trouble with in Vanguard's case, Atomic Camo, in Cold War's case, DM Ultra, and in Modern Warfare's case, Damascus. And it's not just those three games that have mastery camos, but those are the three recent ones that I know of. So basically, the way I see it personally is 343 is giving the middle finger to their hardcore fans who play the game a ton and grind out for all these really cool high-level cosmetics because, you know, they want to make more money. They're greedy. And I know people like Griffin Gaming are going to say, oh, it's a company. They're going to want to make as much money as possible. And to that I say, they already have made a ton of money off the sales of the game. Companies do not need to put microtransactions in games. Yes, okay, if it's a live service, the game is complete on launch day, and, you know, in a lot of cases, it would have to be a free game to even justify that. But let's say it was paid and they were going to continue to support it for the next several years. Then that is a justifiable reason. But even then, you know, you have things like the Battle Pass system instead. Because like I just described, if they let people just buy these cosmetics to skip the grind, you know, they're giving the middle finger to the people who actually want to grind it out because they're so dedicated to the game. I mean, let's go back to the Call of Duty example. Could you imagine if Call of Duty just made it so you could pay like 20 or 30 bucks to get the mastery camos instead of having you grind it out for it so that only the most dedicated and deserving of players can get it? If they let people buy it, some bozo like me, which I wouldn't do this by the way, but some bozo like me could just come in, drop money on the camo, and then just, oh look, I've got this camo that's completely worthless now because you can just buy it instead of having to actually grind and put effort into it. Like whenever I see somebody in a Vanguard game who has Atomic, I think, wow, this guy is either really good or he just spent a lot of time. He may have wasted a lot of his life going for this, but you know what? He's clearly dedicated, and I gotta respect that level of dedication. Same thing goes in Halo, I'm sure. Like, I haven't played the Master Chief Collection that much, but I can imagine, you know, you see somebody who has the really hard rewards to get, you think, wow, that's impressive, or wow, they wasted their time, but nonetheless, very few people actually get the super high earning cosmetics. Let's use another example. I've been playing a lot of Fall Guys recently, ever since it went free to play. And for those of you who don't know, basically in Fall Guys, each time you get a win, your basically trophy counter or your crown counter goes up, and each time you increase by a certain number of crowns, you get another reward. So the more wins you get, the more rewards you get, and the cooler the rewards are. Could you imagine if they just made it so you could basically just pay your way to the top of the boards just to get all those cosmetics immediately? Again, those cosmetics would completely lose their value because, you know, before it was, oh, you had to be super dedicated and you had to really want it and earn it in order to get it. But then, you know, Timmy or me on his mom's credit card could just come in and pay a couple bucks, like 10 or 20 bucks, however much they would charge for it. And then we could look like we actually put in the time and effort when we didn't deserve it. All right, so that's basically everything I wanted to say. So I'm going to end this video off. I basically did a poll, by the way. Thank you guys so much for 500 subs. I am now able to use community posts as a result of that. So definitely check out the community tab. I post there pretty often, I would say, like a couple times a day, just with my thoughts, memes, whatever. But anyway, yeah, basically I didn't do a poll necessarily, but I asked people on my community post, what are your thoughts on Halo Master Chief Collection getting microtransactions, as well as the current state of Halo in 343? Comment your thoughts and you may be in an upcoming video. So I'll just show some of the replies on screen right now. So first off, we have Hello Kala coming in saying, first time hearing this, and damn man, MCC was one of the only good things 343 have done in their existence, and it seems like that's going to crap too. Then Soru chiming in saying, it varies. If it's cosmetics, everyone's gonna gun for it, but that's just me. And then Connor Bull saying, don't like it, but I'm not surprised. FYI, I love your content, which thank you, Connor. I appreciate that. So thank you guys for sharing your thoughts. I do appreciate it. Honestly, the way I see it is, if 343 can't get their act together soon and they don't stop this greed, Halo is going to die. Now, in my first ever video on the channel, I was covering the Amazing Lucas, and he was saying that Halo Infinite was dead, and I defended it saying it wasn't. But, you know, I still don't think it's dead, but it's definitely dying, and Halo as a franchise is dying. And my final thoughts are basically, if 343 can't get it together, Halo will die at some point. Now, are these microtransactions by themselves gonna kill Halo? No, of course not. That's stupid. But this is one of the many things on a long list of things that 343 has done wrong with Halo. And honestly, Halo Infinite, you know, with the launch, and honestly, the campaign was relatively good, I would say. honestly, that was one of the few good things they had done in a long time, and they just couldn't keep the momentum going. They stopped dead in their tracks. For those of you guys who don't know, I run a lot whenever I work out. Like, I always run on the treadmill or I run outside. And if you're a runner, you'll know that basically once you get going, you can really, like, keep going, but you'll get tired at some point, and you'll feel like you want to stop, but you need to fight against the urge to stop, because once you do stop to take a break, whether it's to get a drink of water or whatever, you fall off very quickly. Your energy depletes rapidly, and it's very hard to get back into the swing of things, and it looks like that's what's happening with 343 here. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will catch you guys next time.